Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Sabrent Rocket XTRM 1TB portable SSD. Now, this was furnished to me by the manufacturer for review purposes, and I'm excited because this is arguably one of the fastest portable SSDs on the market today here in 2020. So at roughly $350, I already mentioned this is a 1TB drive. You do need Thunderbolt 3 in order to leverage the speed that this drive delivers, which I believe is 2400 both on the read and write side, which is just crazy. I mean, this means that with headroom, you can easily edit 4K video of all kinds on this drive. So, you don't have to worry whether or not your portable SSD is going to be able to keep up with your video editing suite of choice. So let's go ahead and get this thing open. And I have confidence in this because everything that Sabrent has sent my way thus far has been really solid in terms of build quality, performance. I mean, even their packaging, really nice. I mean, this already is a pretty fantastic aluminum piece of packaging here that you probably can repurpose later if you so choose. So the first thing we're seeing out of the box, and by the way, I think this goes up to like 4 terabytes, which is totally bonkers. I mean, put that on my wish list, no question about it. Would love to see what the performance is like on that, but it's also very expensive. This drive is actually quite affordable, I think, when you compare it to the other options in this speed class from competing manufacturers. So of course, our Thunderbolt 3 port right there. And again, you must have Thunderbolt 3 on board your desktop or laptop. Most laptops these days, if they aren't pure Ultrabooks, do have Thunderbolt 3, at least one port, if not two on board, in order to leverage all of the speed that this drive has to offer. If you do not have a machine that has Thunderbolt 3, pass on this because you'll be future-proofing by purchasing something like this, but there is absolutely no point in buying a drive with this sort of read and write if you cannot utilize it. There are much less expensive options, especially directly from Sabrent. But build quality there is fantastic, aluminum all around. Sabrent is also claiming that they've done a very good job on passively cooling this because with a drive this fast, inherently you have to worry about things getting hot also really quickly. In terms of what's in the box, we have our actual data transfer cable right here. And this is what I'm going to be testing the drive with. And I'm just excited because this is perfect if, like me, you are editing 4K on the go. This is exactly the kind of drive you want to have because I have a lot of portable SSDs. I'll go ahead and show you some. I don't think there's anything left. And again, I think this is a great piece of packaging. I mean, Sabrent outdoing themselves here. I can see utilizing this aluminum case for other things other than actually toting the drive around because the drive is built like a little beast to begin with. But let's take a look at some of these other drives. So one of my favorite portable drives, and this is only because of capacity, not performance, is the SanDisk XTRM now, and SanDisk has refreshed this with faster drives. This is a 2 terabyte. I wouldn't really necessarily look at the SanDisk lineup for any of their other capacities. This was a Black Friday special. That's really the reason I picked it up, because 2 terabytes at a deuce was just a bargain. But my favorite drive right now is the Rocket Nano that I have right here. And Sabrent does make this in a 2 terabyte flavor, very fast, and look at that size. So, I mean, Sabrent's got a lot going on right now in terms of really becoming, in my opinion, a prominent player in this space. So just to give you an idea, and I've broken these out before, it's not the first time they're gonna make appearances. I have, just again, for comparison, another Sabrent right there, and that one actually has, that's their toolless 3.2 enclosure. I've got a 1 terabyte NVMe in there. This is another 1 terabyte NVMe from Sabrent, but none of these have the performance of this brand new XTRM drive, and that's why Sabrent dropped that Lightning logo on there, because this thing is just blazing in terms of what it's rated for. And then I've got Samsung, which I have several of these from back in the day. I mean, they're tried and true, they're performers, but they're very much like the SanDisk product in that, they're something that are always available. You walk into a Best Buy, you need something next day from Amazon, but now I can say the same about all of these Sabrent drives. They really are readily available. Sabrent, again, is just growing, and for good reason. I mean, this thing, again, is my favorite right now. They make a 2 terabyte. I don't think they go above 2. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course, but this thing is just, it's great. I mean, it's so small, incredibly fast, but when it comes to performance now, we have a new champion with the Extreme. So I'm excited to see how it performs. I will be doing a video. I'll probably do a roundup on all of these. I mean, I have an older Samsung T5 as well, but that really doesn't warrant being in this conversation. And Samsung has refreshed their T5 series, of course, with fingerprint scanners, higher speeds. I mentioned SanDisk has refreshed to higher speeds, but at the end of the day, this is where it's at for $350. If this operates the way that it promises to, specifically, I'll be using this with my HP Spectre X360 13T. That's the 2020 refresh Ice Lake. This is just going to be a match made in heaven for video editing. And if you get your hands on higher capacity, sky's the limit. But again, this is the Rocket Extreme, blows all of these out of the water, literally. But hard to beat that little Sabrent Rocket size, right? Either way, these probably will now be my 2 favorite drives in my arsenal. And that rounds things out. I'll get back to all of you with performance and just a broad scope comparison of all of the drives I just broke out. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.